We are back for season two of Live, Laugh, and Love. First of all, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all the support we've had. Without you guys, the viewers, we wouldn't be able to do anything. And because of you guys, we're able to start season two. So, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. This is Live, Laugh, and Love season two. If you haven't watched season one yet, please make sure to check that out too. Um, yeah, Live, Laugh, and Love is a podcast where we talk about interesting life stories and experiences that make us look life from a different perspective. Today's guest is someone I've known for a long time. I've trained with this person in basketball camp. I've talked to them a lot, asked them a lot of questions about life after high school. This person is just a very chill person. Like whatever you ask, whatever you do, he's gonna be there and gonna give you answers straight away. He is a amazing person overall, and that is Joel. How are you doing, Joel?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for the compliments, bro. That actually means a lot to me personally. But
no,
yeah,
no worries. Well,
feel
first of
great.
all,
Yeah,
how are
feel
you
great.
doing?
Yeah.
Oh, great, great,
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, I
Yeah.
do feel great. I mean, obviously the IB is a big toll, especially,
hmm
and this break has definitely given me a lot of time to like recover and get with my studies.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Joel, for those who don't know, could you please introduce yourself and tell the viewers what grade you were and like what you're studying and stuff about like that, please?
Yeah, so my name is Joel. I've been at BIS for close to my whole life, so coming up about probably 13 to 14 years now. And yeah, I've known David for a very long time, as he said before. But I am currently a grade 12 student or year 13 student, second year of IB, currently studying business management, sports science, and biology at the HL level, and math AA, English, Lang Lit, and Chinese BSL, the standard level. And yeah, in the future, I hope to pursue nutrition and dietetics.
Sounds
That's what I
amazing,
want.
Joel. Sounds amazing. Joel, if I recall back properly, one of the first few the times I met you was like in
Mhm.
swimming. This was like in, I think primary, like when
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
in
yeah.
a long time ago too. Just wanted to talk
Yeah, a
about,
long time.
sports overall. Like what sports are you doing right now or like have you done and like how has that affected you, especially in your year 13 year?
Yeah, well, obviously the IB is very time consuming, but sports is a big part of my life. It's been part of my whole upbringing, my whole childhood. So yeah, I still try to do a lot of sports. I'm still involved in every single sporting season here at BIS. Obviously doing volleyball at the moment. I'm in the volleyball team and I participated in football and basketball last year. Although I'm not training football currently, but I'm still training basketball and hopefully like I'll get into the basketball team this upcoming season after volleyball season. So yeah, it's been great.
It sounds great. I'm a firm believer that if you if you continue doing sports, that's gonna like positively benefit you in the long
hmm
term. I just want to add on top of that, like aside from like all these like sports stuff, like what are you doing your hobbies? Like how do you like wind down and just be you?
Well, I mean, I'd say sport takes up almost 80% of my free time.
Mhm.
I'm always trying to be active. Like even if I'm not outside training, like at academies or at sports teams, I'm always at home doing my own workouts, like calisthenics and stuff like that. But besides that, I would honestly play games like 2K or FIFA, or sometimes hop on like I used to play a lot of Fortnite with the guys, and sometimes they would play some random games that I would join in. Aside from that, I would, deload and sometimes watch some Netflix or watch some YouTube. Besides that, I I did try over the summer to get into reading. I started reading a couple books, but it hasn't been that successful. I haven't been able to stick to
No,
a routine, but I'm trying to do that.
that's fine. Yeah, as long as I get the routine. Joel, I want to talk specifically about your life overall. Could you share with us a
Mhm.
moment in your life where you experienced hardship and how you were able to solve it and like how you were also able to get that solution?
Yeah. So One of the main challenges that I had when I was young was that I was diagnosed with diabetes at such a young age. I think it was 10 years old. And yeah, I'm still unable to overcome it. You know, diabetes is a lifelong condition that you have. I mean, for me, I'm a type 2, so it's kind of unusual. Usually, from a young age, people that are diagnosed with diabetes, they would be type 1, which for those you don't know is basically where the pancreas doesn't produce any more insulin, so your body is unable to, respond to high glucose in your body. And
Mm,
for type 2 diabetes, they suffer from a different complication where well, my situation would be that the body itself doesn't actually respond to the insulin that's produced by the pancreas, so it's unable to compensate for the increase in glucose in the bloodstream when I eat food. So it's definitely been a hard challenge. Definitely in the earlier years, I've not able to control my glucose levels at all because I was just
mhm.
eating and, at that stage, in the early stage of having diabetes, you just tend to look over it because you feel normal, there's nothing different about being a diabetic. You would still enjoy your life, eat normal food. I mean, I ate a lot of food when I was young. And yeah, nobody really knew I had diabetes up until probably around year 8, grade 7, when I started going on like school trips with my friends. Then I really had it to show people that I took medication to, compensate
Mhm.
for the condition. And that was when I truly had to like, sort of tell people about my condition. And yeah, that was definitely a big challenge for me, like opening up
Mm.
about having diabetes because at a young age, even though I looked over it from times, I didn't think it was a big deal. But outside, especially during school, I would be scared to tell people about diabetes. So it's been a
Yeah.
tough challenge.
You
That's
must
why
have been
I do.
scared. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But that's why I do a lot of sport because I know that sports it's good for the body, keeps you in shape, and it does help with dealing with diabetes. And yeah, that's why I love it.
Oh, wow, I didn't know about that, Joel. That must have been really scared at a young age being diagnosed with diabetes. I mean, how did you initially react to it? Because you mentioned early on saying that you would live your life normally, but at the back of your mind, did you not think of that this could be a life-threatening issue and like you were at some way scared of it?
Mm, definitely, because when I first knew about it, I was definitely like in tears. I was kind of struggling with understanding or comprehending what was happening at that moment in time. But diabetes wasn't really new to my family because it's been passed down by generations. My grandma on both sides had it. My mom has it. So
Mhm.
I do have some sort of like comfort level and they understand how to deal with diabetes. So it was definitely comforting in that matter.
I mean, that is good to hear because at a young age where
Mm,
like peer pressure is a big thing, coming out with something this big must have been really scared. How has like
yeah.
diabetes like affected you? Like, is there like a situation where you could describe and retell how like diabetes nearly, you know, messed something up or like threatened you or it created a big problem? Could you share with us, please?
Well, currently there hasn't been like a major problem where diabetes has definitely affected my life in like to such degree, but it's definitely been like a slow and steady process. I've like to slowly change my diet over time. Because one of the
Mm,
reasons why I got diabetes in the first place was that I just ate a lot of food and I ate the wrong things. Like I ate too much rice, too much carbs and stuff like that. So that all contributed to having like diabetes. But over time, I definitely started to change my diet, ate a lot healthier, eat more vegetables, more protein, stayed off the carbohydrates and stuff like that. And exercising does help with that. And this is one of the key moments of me understanding like the importance of dieting when it comes to health. And that's why I fell in love with the fact that I want to do nutrition because of that fact.
that's great. I mean, self-discipline and controlling your diet
Yeah.
is really important. Yeah, and
Mm.
yeah, oh wow, that's very deep. Joel,
Yeah, it
let's
is.
talk about more about uh like social stuff. Like, do you
Mm.
think you have difficulties talking to friends or like just talking to a random person and getting along with them?
Uh, Not really. I mean, I've stayed at school my whole like this BIS at basically my whole life, and I've always had
Mhm.
friends that stayed with me from such a young age that I don't really have the chance to meet as many people or new people, I think. But one of the key reasons why I enjoy going to like outside academies to train is I get to meet like new people around. So that's like how I'm able to like socialize with new people and meet new people in that fact. And that's why now I have like before I started joining my basketball academy, I didn't really have much friends outside of school, but now that I've joined that, I've met like various people from other international schools and other local schools as well, and I'm able to talk to them from time to time, especially like I have a topic in common, which is basketball. I'm able to talk to them, so that's how I really stay on top of socializing with people outside of school.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a really great way, just going to like a
Mm,
club or an academy and meeting new people. You mentioned basketball just now. Could you
mm.
give us like your worst and best takes of the basketball right now?
The best and worst takes. Well, I think that since my favorite team, the Boston Celtics, the best take is that we will repeat. We will win this like upcoming season, and I'm really excited for it because recently the last couple of years, I think the last 5 years, there's always been a new like team winning the NBA season every new inaugural season. So there's a lot of doubters about whether our team can actually do it, but I think as a collective, my Boston Celtics, I've done a lot of extensive reading about them. I've been a fan of them for the past like 5, 6 years. They've definitely got the chance to repeat this season, and I'm really excited to watch them because they're hungrier than last year. And even though we won last year, like they're hungry to get it this year. But one of the worst takes is hmm, I'm not really sure. I think like I do remember one take that said that the mid shot, the shot between the like doing a layup and a 3-point shot around the mid-range area. People say that that shot has gone extinct, but I think like personally in my play style when I play basketball, I use a lot of the mid-range to get my points because I'm a pretty short guy and I don't get a lot of chances to actually shoot a three-pointer or get to the basket for a layup. So I always opt to try and go for that mid shot, that mid-range shot. So people say that it's gone extinct, but a lot of great mid-range specialists in the NBA, such as like DeMar DeRozan and like Zach Levine, they still use the mid-range shot
Iguodala.
too in there. Yeah, Iguodala, and all those people that
Um,
know Sean Livingston back in the days with Golden
Sean
State.
Livingston was goaded.
Yeah, exactly. So like
Automatic. Automatic.
straight, he would never miss a bucket. Um, but yeah, definitely the mid-range shot still exists today, and I do like shooting mid-range shots. They're like almost my favorite shot at the moment.
I mean, that's great. I mean, I'm a Laker guy, so I naturally
Hmm.
hate the Boston Celtics, but
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, like when
yeah.
we drafted Lonzo, and Lonzo is back, but we did trade
Mm,
him
yeah.
eventually. Like I have like these like I have like I daydream sometimes. Like what would have happened if if we drafted Jason Tatum before Lonzo Ball, and what could
Mm,
have like what would have happened in like Los Angeles, and like
that's
that's the one
true.
thing
That's true.
that really hurts me the most. Like when Jason Tatum, we didn't draft Jason Tatum, but
Mm.
like at the same time we got LeBron. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what else you want?
what else do is goaded?
Yeah,
Do you think
yeah.
Curry is goaded or LeBron's goaded?
Well, my goat of all time is LeBron because I do love LeBron so much. That's why I kind of feel bad because I'm a big like Celtics fan.
Celtics
I love the
guy.
Celtics gear and stuff like that. My
Hey
bad.
Joel, no worries, no worries. Technical difficulties. Yeah, you were talking about LeBron and like you being a Celtics fan.
Yeah, like I would play 2K sometimes, and I would definitely play as the Lakers just because I love LeBron, and I do love
Mhm.
Anthony Davis' game as well. So I do follow them quite a bit, even though I'm a Celtics fan. So don't hate me, but yeah.
That's
But
cool.
I
I
do
mean,
I do think
yeah,
LeBron is like my GOAT. Like I know a lot of people say like Jordan is the best player, but I personally think that LeBron is my GOAT because like obviously I watched him a lot more than Michael Jordan, and I do think like he
yeah,
possesses a lot more attributes that contribute to like winning. So
yeah. I agree on that too. I mean, I want to know, how did you become a Boston Celtics fan? Like, are you from the Boston area, or like do you have deep roots in Boston? Like, tell us
Well,
how you became a Celtics fan.
Well, it was one of those things, like you just look at I like basketball. I just went up to the NBA catalog, looked at the different teams, and that you have that feeling of that team that just calls your name and just start to follow them. And that's what happened to the Boston Celtics. I just saw like green is my favorite color, so it's pretty natural that I associate with the Boston Celtics.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's how I fell in love with them.
I mean, that's great. I mean, good for you. I got a question for you, okay? If you were the commissioner of the NBA right now, and you
Yeah.
could have an expansion team in any of the states in the USA, where would you bring an expansion team back? Because personally, my answer is going to be
Mm.
Seattle. I want the Sonics back.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I think we got to bring the Sonics back. But I just want to know, like, where would you want to have an expansion team?
Well, a lot of people are saying like you get one in Seattle, obviously, but
Mhm,
Las Vegas has a lot of teams
mhm.
that are coming up at the moment. In football, they're like people like Tom Brady. I just read like he recently bought a minority stake in the team. So
The
there's a lot of
Raiders,
sports
yeah.
movement. Yeah, there's a lot of sport movement there. And especially in the WNBA, the Las Vegas Aces, they have
Mhm.
been making some news. Like they won, I think they won last year. And like obviously they got eliminated this year, but sport is coming up in that area. I definitely want like a team to go there. And people are saying like Memphis, they technically belong to the East Coast. They don't belong to the West. So like
No.
they can move over to the East Coast, and then both the Seattle team and then the Las Vegas team can move into the West Coast part of the NBA. So
Mhm.
that's what I like to see.
Were the Grizzlies originally Vancouver?
Yeah, they win Vancouver, but
Imagine
then they moved to
imagine having
Memphis.
another Canadian team. That'd be pretty cool. Bring the
Yeah,
Grizzlies back
definitely.
to Vancouver. Bring one to Memphis.
Mm,
I don't
yeah,
know. Sounds fun.
yeah.
Joel, aside from basketball, I mean, I know you're a diehard
Mm,
basketball fan, but I want to talk more about just life overall. I mean, aside from you mentioned diabetes, which has affected
mhm.
you a lot. You mentioned how sports is a really a core value,
Yeah,
core
yeah, yeah.
it's of your life. You've talked about friends and how that has linked to that sports and like the extracurricular parts. I want to talk more about relationships. I mean, at an
Mhm.
age where we become more sensitive, relationships are going to be more difficult, especially with like peer to peer or like teacher to yourself. How do you maintain these relationships so that you don't drain your social battery? I mean, it's really important skill to learn.
Definitely. I mean, this is getting pretty deep, but it is important to have these relationships at like when you go older and progress. I mean, it's all about establishing like the basic foundation, right? Like, you start to find people you associate with and you're able to connect with, and then over time, like over years, like for my personally, when I meet my friends, like I just have some like sort of connection with them initially, but over
Mhm,
time, developing that relationship and understanding them is just it's all a process of time, and you have to. It's all about like communication and stuff like that.
mhm,
You always gotta be able to talk to them, and eventually you'll get the person to open up about themselves. And that's when the truly like the friendship begins in that stage. That's what I believe is when they truly open up to you and you're able to talk about everything and anything with them. And I'm super grateful that I have people that I've known for like 10 plus years of my life that I'm able to still like hold to this day. And luckily for me, most of them are still at this school. I know a lot of people, especially my sister, she's gone up to school with me, and she's always had to, change friends because most of the time her friends keep coming in and out. Like she keeps switching friends because most of the time they leave school. So it's hard for her to like develop friends. But I got the lucky side of the coin, that the fact that I'm able to maintain these relationships for such a long time, and I'm grateful for that.
that's very lucky of you. I mean, it is
Mm,
great. Like reach when someone reaches out to you, that just shows
mm,
immense trust. The trust that person A and person B, that is just it's
yeah,
like you said, it's a
definitely.
connection that and it's a valuable connection. I want to know specifically about you. I mean, you mentioned about like you having a lot of like people or like friends you talk about with deep stuff with. I want to know, like, do you how do you differentiate them with talk? Is it like what you tell them, or is it like the content that you want to talk about? I mean, how do you differentiate what a friend is to you and what and someone who you know is?
Yeah, well, uh, it's a tough thing to talk about, because sometimes when you want to talk to people that are super close to you and you want to tell everything and anything to them, it's hard to differentiate with like who you can truly trust and who's like just an acquaintance compared to like a best friend and stuff like that. But for me, is someone that I can fully trust and have like, full confidence in. So like people that I would call my best friends, I would be able to talk everything and anything with them. And I
Wow.
know I keep repeating that, but like it is true. It's something I do. And it's sort of a two-way thing because if I'm willing to talk to them about everything, they should be able to
They're
talk to me
willing
about
to.
everything. Yeah, exactly. So if I'm able to do that and they're able to do that to me, then that's where that confidence and comfortability comes in. I'm comfortable
Mhm,
sharing all my issues and all my things that I want to talk to them about. But then if it's for someone a friend or acquaintance I know, I probably don't know them that well, and they probably are not also the same way as me. I'm not willing to, open up to them as much as I would with my best friend, and that's where I would just, talk on a surface level and discuss things that might not be will be different, when if I was talking to a friend, a best friend, to say.
oh, wow, that's very deep. I mean, I guess the
Mhm.
best way to describe what you said is, "It is my choice to give you the trust to trust you, but it's your choice to either
Yeah.
break it."
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
Exactly. 100%.
Do you prefer talking to, like, these stuff with your friends, like your best friends, or do you prefer talking to your parents, and why?
Well, before when I was younger, I definitely just talked to my friends. I didn't really consider
Mhm,
talking to my parents because I don't know. It was hard to talk to them because knowing they're my parents, they have like superiority over me. Like
mhm,
I didn't feel as comfortable talking to them compared to my friends because my friends, we've all been through the same experiences, the same situations together. So, it's
mhm,
easier to talk to them that way. But although my parents been through the same thing, it's been a long time since they've been through the situation. So like they might not be giving me the most up-to-date advice or, advice that I can use in today in modern day society. So talking to my friends definitely has been better for me at a younger age. But now as I progress, older and through the years, I start to open up to my parents because I start to mature and realize that, I won't get as much time as I would with them if I once I go to uni and stuff. So like now I'm more free with my parents. I talk to them more often
mhm.
and I might not I still talk like different things with them. Like I might not talk to them about my problems as much as I would with my friends, but I definitely talk to them more often now compared to when I was younger.
I mean, yeah, I think that's
Mhm.
perfectly said. I mean, I think that's like a lot of people can relate to that. A lot of people
Yeah,
like
yeah.
at first you talk to your friends, like you
Mm,
realize that you don't have a lot of time, and then you talk to your
yeah.
parents and you're slowly open to that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Joel, we're talking about deep stuff here,
Mm.
okay? We're here to have fun, okay? It's Christmas season that's
Yeah.
gonna come up
Yeah,
soon.
yeah.
And I gotta ask you
Mm,
one thing, okay? What is your like if you could
right.
choose one Christmas music, any Christmas pop music or like I don't know, carols, whatever. Like if you could choose one
Mm,
Christmas music to play 24/7 on Christmas Day, what are we
yeah.
playing?
It is I don't know if this is the name, but it's always in my head. It's called Mariah Carey's like All I Want for Christmas. I don't know
Yeah.
that that's the title, but that's the one song I always want because it's sort of like it's Christmassy, but at the same time it's like romantic and yeah, I can't lie, I'm a little soft guy at heart sometimes, so I do enjoy that part of like romance, but definitely I do enjoy that song.
I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong with Mariah Carey's All I Want for
Mm.
Christmas Is You. I mean, I want to ask you this. When did you find out? Wait, do you think, first of all, do you think Christmas is real or fake?
I think it's real. I do think. I mean, I don't think like most of it is real. I mean,
Like
sorry,
the Santa
let me
Claus
rephrase
part?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't think everything about Christmas is real, but I definitely do believe like, the Christmas mornings, the
Mhm.
togetherness with the family, eating Christmas dinner and opening presents. I do think that's real. I do enjoy that. So yeah, that part of Christmas I do think is real. But like Santa actually coming down the chimney, I mean, he's a bit too fat for that, so he should probably be on the diet that they should
Yeah.
probably have.
Yeah, you don't know how heartbroken I was.
Mm,
2 years ago, me, like, finding out
mm.
that Santa was literally my parents, that crushed my heart, man. That
Yeah.
crushed me.
I mean, my
I
my
mean,
p my
yeah,
experiences with that was, like, I had to choose my own gift for, like, to go to the Christmas party, you know? So, I had
yeah.
to pick my own gift and wrap it up almost myself as well. So, like, that was when I was, like, realized, like, "Oh, Santa's not real. Santa is myself,
Mhm.
unfortunately."
And you know what the funny part is? We don't even have a chimney in Vietnam. What am I supposed to
Yeah,
do?
yeah,
What,
yeah.
come to the balcony or
That's true.
something?
Mhm.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, what's your favorite Christmas present you've received? And, like, why?
Well, I'm not sure. My family is not really big on Christmas presents, so we don't go,
Mhm,
like, extremely big and stuff, but to say what's my favorite, I don't really have a favorite, I don't think. I mean, the most recent one I got was a bag, and this bag
mhm,
is really, like, important to me because I always use it for ice skating. It's like my ice skating bag now, and I always leave my equipment in there, and it's always been, like, very trustworthy for me, and I always have, like, fond memories about it because I always go ice skating quite often, and I do enjoy ice skating quite a bit, and
mhm.
I don't know, that bag has always been with me, like, when I go ice skating, and I just enjoy it, so probably a
Yeah,
bag, but that's about it.
bag. I mean, if it's
Mm.
reliable, like, if you understand, fair enough, fair enough. Do you
Yeah.
have a f do you have a favorite Christmas memory then? Like, something that you've done with your
Christmas
family,
memory.
parents, if you're with your siblings? Because 'Cause I'm sure you have a lot of memories, but is there, like, some you wanna talk
Mm.
about?
Well, I just enjoy, like, the company I get with my family, or, like, my extended family as well. Because I
Mhm,
would always go back to Malaysia for Christmas, and although it doesn't snow there, but we're a Christian family, so we'd all have this, like, big gathering, and we have, like,
mhm.
Christmas dinner, and then one of my uncle, he's a professional chef, so he would go all out and make, like, this really fantastic, like, roast chicken, and then create, like, stuffing and stuff like that, and then
Sounds
like, I
delicious.
think yeah, and then he made a homemade pudding, I think 3 years ago, and then he, like, flambéed it, so he put, like I don't know, it was alcohol on it, and
That's
then he would light
fancy
it up,
stuff.
and it was really cool. Yeah,
Fancy
it was
stuff,
so
like,
cool, and I, like
social media stuff.
mm, yeah, and he lit it on fire, and it went almost everywhere. I was, like, so
That's
happy.
crazy. I mean, I want like, so you're from Malaysia. Like, how big is Christmas
Yep.
in Malaysia? Is it like a big thing there, or is it just for some people?
Uh, I think it's just for Christians, because Malaysia's mostly
Mm,
made up of Muslims, and they don't really
mhm,
celebrate Christmas that way, but
mhm,
I mean, our family celebrates Christmas quite well because we do like to get together as a whole collective because like we don't really get together that often, and
mhm,
that's why I love Christmas because I get to see people I don't like see often, and I only get to see like once a year. So I do enjoy like having that conversation with people, and it's pretty interesting because there's a lot of kids there, and it's cool to see how people grow up. And then it's crazy to know that I seen them grow up, but at the same time, other people see me grow up as well. And now I'm about to go to like college after this year. I'm like shocked and just to see the progression in life. And it's always interesting to me.
mm. It must be just like amazing to see everybody. Because when my parents showed me
Yeah.
like small old photos of me when I was like a little kid,
Mhm.
oh my goodness, you change a lot, and you feel like it just happened like that, but like it's been like 10 years, for example. I mean, yeah, that's cool. I mean, Joel, so we talked about, Christmas. We talked about the technical difficulties. Oh, yeah, you're back. We talked about like,
Mm,
how you
yep.
celebrate Christmas, stuff like that. I don't know if you could have a dream Christmas present. Like, if you could have anything in the world, what would it be?
Mm. Uh, I think it would be. It's not. I don't know if it's a physical present, but it'll definitely be like a trip somewhere. Like if you give me a
Mm,
trip plan or a ticket to like probably like Switzerland or somewhere in Europe with
ooh,
snow, that go skiing or something. Because I was really sad to miss out on our BIS year 10 exhibition
Yeah,
trip to Switzerland. Like I missed out on that opportunity because of COVID, and I've
yeah.
always it's always been a dream of mine to go skiing and go see snow. So I like if I get the opportunity to do that, I would.
I mean, it sounds like a great present. I mean, my
Mm.
favorite memory, I guess, like, do you remember the Christmas like advent calendars with like chocolates inside them?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You don't know how tempting it was to like just poke the hole on the next day. That was my favorite memory, just like counting down till Christmas. I
Mm,
mean, Joel. I mean, before we're starting season 2 here, okay? And this is
mm,
Christmas season coming up. And one of the new things we
yeah,
decided to do is start a Christmas wrap. The,
mhm,
the idea is right.
yeah,
We're gonna give everybody the same soundtrack. We're gonna ask a couple of people to give us a couple of bars, and we're gonna
mm,
mash that up into a Christmas song and potentially upload that.
yeah,
But before we do that, I give
mm,
some time for my here my audience here to ask me some questions you've always wanted to ask or you hadn't had the time to ask, but you're interested in asking. So if
mhm.
you have any questions, fire away.
Oh, I wanted to ask about your swimming career because I was always interested in how you kept that passion for swimming. Because for me, I stopped after secondary because I didn't have any passion for it. But I want to know, how did you keep your passion up for swimming all the way through secondary?
How did I keep my passion? Like, frankly
Hmm.
speaking, I mean, there was moments in time where I didn't want to swim. It wasn't always sunshine and rainbows. There was a period in time where I generally thought of quitting swimming because I wasn't competitive enough. But one
Hmm.
thing, I guess, one person, really, I mean, a lot of people helped me out, but I think the most important people that helped me out was my brother. I mean, he's like nearly as fast as me, or like even faster. Dare I say
Yeah,
it? I
okay.
mean, he pushed me. Like without my brother or my parents or even my coaches, I mean, without having that support, I wouldn't have able to continue.
Hmm.
And it really isn't me. It's really a group effort here. And the way that they pushed me was that they kept on telling me that if I was gonna give up easily like this, um, how are you supposed to go out in society and actually manage something that's really difficult?
Mm.
And that kind of struck me because I'm a person who I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong, a bit more on a mature side for my age, and I do think
Yeah,
about
definitely,
the future a
100%.
lot. I do think, yeah, thank you. I do think about the future a lot, and one of the few things that I want to tell myself is how am I going to survive in a society where there are going to be more people out there, bad people, good people, I don't know, subjective enough. There's going to be moments in time where I'm going to be struggling, and how am I going to get out of that? And if I don't, and I think one of the ways that I thought of straight away was, okay, let's continue swimming. I mean, that was how I was able to solve, my find my passion, and in doing so, I actually found out that it fired that passion back. So, yeah, it's the people around me that helped me a lot the most.
That's great to hear. I mean, that's the same with me a lot of the time. Definitely, my family's been pushing me, and it is true that you are mature. Because for all of you that don't know, David's been asking me a lot of questions about college. Different colleges that where opportunities that you can go to, and some of the questions with the application and stuff. So yeah, you have got a great future ahead of you, definitely, man. And if you keep up that good work, especially with swimming, and translate your passion for swimming into something else, and bring all those good traits, you definitely have a successful career in whatever you want to pursue it. That's the second question I want to ask was like, what do you have? What are your plans after this? Like, why did you choose America of all places to go for like your studies?
First of all, thank you so much. It means a lot coming from you, and I look up to you. I learn a
Mm,
lot from you, and I just want to say it means a lot. Why America? Good question. Because why not? No, I'm just only joking. America because I see myself making, like, I know it sounds a bit cliche, but I
mm,
want to make the world a better place. Okay, I want to make the world a better place, and I think one of the ways I do that is uh, the people I meet every day. I try to treat them as as I try to be as happy and kind to them as possible because I don't know what's going on in their mind and their life, and who knows, my actions might affect theirs. So I try to be kind to everybody, and I think that's really important because I get to learn a lot about like different opinions and like ways I like communicate with people. I think one of the best ways that they do this is like having a diverse community. And in my opinion, I think America is a country where there's diverse amounts of culture. People are from different backgrounds, from different socioeconomic levels. It is, I think, a place where I can personally learn more about other people and how I should be able to communicate with them. I mean, I think one of the most important things for me is to be able to understand from their perspective. The reasons I think that compared to, like, I'm not saying that the other, like Europe or like UK for example, it's not that they don't have any of that, but I think that's more widely accepted and more like interested. We want to know your opinions, like why do you think like this? And I think that's one of the ways that intrigues me, and I think America is the place where they do that. That's why America is my destination.
Definitely agree with you on that. That's why I'm going there as well. So that basically that there's a wide community out there. There's a lot of
Hmm.
people you can reach out to. And yeah, as I said,
Absolutely.
I did look at Europe just like you did, but definitely America is definitely the place for us, I think. And if you do
Hmm.
have that core belief that you want to help people, you want to change people's lives, that's gonna be a great thing for the future. And if you keep that
I
there,
hope
your
so.
core belief, it'll be helpful. Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, to be fair, there are moments in time where I don't treat people nice, but I mean, I'm not always
Mm,
that nice, but I try to be nice. But I said, I hope if I am treating you badly, I do somehow get back to you and say I wasn't really, feeling that day. I mean, I'm not perfect, obviously,
mm.
so I'm not saying that I'm always perfect, but there's moments in time where I do slip up, and I think really important thing is just admit you messed up. I'm 16. I mean, I'm not like what 40,
Yeah.
50, 60 years old. I make mistakes, man.
Mm.
And I think another core skill is just to admit if you messed up. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to admit that you messed up, especially among a lot of people. Uh, and I think that's a really important skill, just to admit when you messed up.
Yeah, definitely taking accountability for times and, places where you do mess up. That's definitely very important in today's society. But
Hmm.
it is important, like it's all about effort at the end of the day. Like
Hmm.
as long as you put in effort and it shows that you put in effort, that's all that matters, that you tried at least.
Hmm.
People want people that try. If you don't try, you're not able to succeed. So,
Hmm.
you know, just make sure
Absolutely.
you keep pushing every
Perfect.
day.
Will do. Yeah. Any other questions, or are we ready to go straight into the
I think I'm ready to
special
go.
quiz?
This this is
Absolutely.
the one thing that this is the one thing that stressed me out the most before this meeting was coming up
No,
with lyrics.
no worries. I mean, okay. So for those who don't know, season two, it's Christmas season. I'm gonna restate this again. We're gonna try to make a Christmas rap, and how we're gonna do this is we're gonna have our first guest, second, etc., 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 to our last guest
Mm.
make bars, and we're hopefully gonna make a rap song, and we're gonna post that onto this YouTube channel. And Joel's our first guest here, so he's gonna pretty much set the tone of everything. I want to know what's in your mind with the lyrics. Like, what are we talking about here?
Okay, thankfully I'm the first guest, so I did fight from like the beginning. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I started with I wrote 4 lines down, and it's like
Hmm.
after the third beat drop of the
Hmm.
song. So I wrote like it's kind of cringy, but it kind of
It's
works.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wrote, "This is how we flow. This is how we're gonna roll. Shout out to our host David. He runs the show."
Okay, you know what? Wait, hold up. Let me actually let me do some magic here. Hold up. I mean, those are great. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Share screen, entire screen. All right. So this is a behind the scenes of what David is looking at, and we
Okay.
have this. Okay. So Joel, I'm gonna give you a chance to be able to say those bars, and yeah, tell me when you're
Okay.
ready.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. You can hear this, right? Can you hear it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right, hold on. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it now. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's go. Whenever you're ready.
Ah, yeah. Ah, this is how we flow. This is how we're gonna. Shout out to our host David. He runs the show.
You know what? That's a good start. That's a great start. Oh my goodness.
I might
mean,
need to
not bad.
re-record that because I think I missed some spots. But like when I was saying it on my phone earlier, it sounded
Yeah.
smooth. It sounded
Just then,
smooth.
like all you gotta do is like sing it without like you could hear the music, but just like sing
Yeah.
sing it, and then I'll record
Okay.
that, I'll slap it onto it, and we'll
Okay.
make
Yeah.
that piece. I
Okay.
mean, sounds great. I mean, the start's already amazing, so I don't know. This is probably gonna be a banger, 2024 banger.
Definitely, bro. We could make it onto like the billboards or whatever they call it.
Billboards.
Top 100.
Top
100.
100
Yeah.
in Spotify or something like most listened. And it's gonna be great. I mean, Joel, that's it for all my questions. I just want to say thank you so much. It means a lot. Everything you've said, everything you mentioned, it's really influential. And I'm sure a lot of students out there will be intrigued of like from your perspectives. I'm sure people with diabetes especially will look up, will try to see your story and see how they relate. And I just say thank you so much for sharing all of that. And also, most importantly, best of luck this year. I mean, you're going to uni this like next year, right?
Next year, yeah.
I wish you the best in the university applications. Get back to me if you want to talk about them. I mean, absolutely, always rooting for you. Best of wishes, Joel. Good luck with everything.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Do you want to say anything
It's been great.
Do you want to say anything to the viewers before we end?
Well, if you are a BIS viewer and you see me around, feel free to come up to me and ask me any questions. David's been asking me questions. A couple other students been asking me questions about anything, not only just university, but things about life in general. So I'm always here, and I'm always an open book. So you can always ask me.
Absolutely, ask Joel if you need anything. Well, that's it for the first episode of season 2. I'm your host David, and this was Joel joining with me in today's episode. Wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, etc., make sure to leave us a review, like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to us, and I cannot reiterate the importance of you guys. You guys make this show run, and you guys are the one that you guys give us the views. You guys give us the different feedback, and I was just like, keep that going. That means a lot to me. And yeah, that's it for episode 1, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.